55th Street, 8th Avenue to Park Avenue became a black metropolis. Black New Yorkers did not choose Harlem from unlimited options. They were blocked from living across most of the city. Across New York, restrictive covenants, informal segregation, landlord discrimination, and neighborhood violence against black residents kept black people out of many neighborhoods. These practices limited where black people could live regardless of income. Harlem became one of the few neighborhoods where black tenants could rent at scale. This is crucial to understand. Harlem was prime Manhattan real estate, connected by subway, close to the nation's largest publishing houses, near national renowned theaters, clubs, and media institutions, and firmly inside of Manhattan's cultural economy. Black residents were physically close to power, even when excluded from it. Black artists could move between their community and the publishing world. Harlem had visibility. In later decades, the opening of the A train and wartime industrial jobs would draw black residents to Brooklyn neighborhoods like Fort Greene and Bed-Stuy. But in the 1920s, Harlem was the place to be, baby. Overlay this housing shift with the Great Migration. Beginning in the 1910s, millions of black Americans left the South pushed by racial terror and lynching, sharecropping, and debt peonage, and political disenfranchisement. They were pulled northward by industrial jobs, wartime labor shortages, and the promise, though not the guarantee, of greater autonomy. As New York became a major destination, Harlem absorbed its growing black population. People moved there because black communities that could provide support were already established in Harlem. That density produced the Harlem Renaissance, not a creative accident, but the result of people, space, and resources colliding. Harlem became a place where writers lived near other writers, musicians near musicians, and editors, performers, thinkers, and organizers shared the same streets. As Harlem was forming, black communities across the country were also experiencing economical, cultural, and political transformation. During this time period, black newspapers flourished, black-owned businesses expanded, churches and mutual aid societies grew in power, and labor organizing and political consciousness increased. There were other black cultural and economic centers: Chicago, DC, Detroit, and in some places, black people built entire self-sustaining communities. One of the most well-known examples is the Greenwood District, often called Black Wall Street, a thriving black business district that was violently destroyed in 1921. Each were a part of a broader movement towards black self-determination. Like Harlem, after the 1920s, each of these centers eventually experienced shifts in politics, production, and priorities as economies and political pressures intensified. So why is Harlem the movement we remember? Part of the answer is geography, media concentration, proximity to publishers, and access to national and largely white audiences. Harlem's culture circulated widely through magazines, books, music, and performance, making it the most commercialized black cultural center of its era. Its artists became mainstream, visible, viable, and marketable. Harlem wasn't the only site of black innovation. It was the most easily commercialized. Today we unpacked how a cultural mecca came to be. Harlem became black not by accident, but through segregation, real estate collapse, and migration. Concentration, not creativity alone, made the Harlem Renaissance possible. For our next lecture, sit with and leave your answers to the reflection question in the comments. How does understanding Harlem as a product of restriction, not free choice, change how we think about cultural centers and the creation of culture? Next lecture, we ground ourselves in daily life and ask what was living in Harlem really like during the Harlem Renaissance. I'll see you in the next lecture.